we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. Along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And the Magic start out with the ball. A look at the Magic starting group. At the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Vucevic is out there with Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Payton in at the point. Oladipo dishes to Payton. To the wing right side.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. That one's on Evans.
Pelicans foul call. Tyreke Evans.
The Magic shooting their first free throws of the game.
Shooting for a minute. Tobias Harris.
And the first one drops. And Harris drops them both.
The Magic's offensive struggles last year were numerous, but a big part of it was that they just didn't get to the line often enough.
Gordon with it. Holiday, the pass to Davis. That one a little long.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Payton with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Here's Vucevic. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Davis. Pelicans shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And they averaged about 77% from the free throw line a year ago. So this is a solid free throw shooting team.
And he makes the first. And Gordon drops them both. Here's Oladipo. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. The Magic head coach and I had a chance to talk just for a bit. Going into this game and scouting the opposition, he told me he's a huge fan of Drew Holiday, saying, you know, Drew's still a guy with so much potential. You just don't see that many point guards with his kind of frame. 6'4", close to 2 bills, and a great skill set to match. He's a guy you love to watch, but you often hate to go up against. Kevin, we'll see if he can have a big impact in this one.
Thanks again, Doris. Payton kicks to Vucevic. Pass to Harris. There's the dish to Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. And Vucevic throws it down.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't you?
Yes, sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did. That was embarrassing.
The shot's good from Evans.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Now here's Payton. Pass to Harris. Lets it go from 11. Good. He hits the jump shot.
That's the kind of finish we've gotten used to seeing from him in the low post.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And it's Evans in the corner. In low to Davis. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Now a starter for his whole career. Tyreke Evans spent most of last season, Clark, as a sixth man with the Pelicans.
Yeah, and you know, Kevin, they envisioned him in a bit of a Manu Ginobili role, providing scoring and playmaking off the bench. But after they were hit with some injuries, he excelled in a starting role.
Now Payton, after Eric Gordon's three-pointer that didn't go. And stolen by Payton. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Harris missing again.
And Evans, a player who makes some sense as a bench scorer. He's best with the ball in his hands, attacking off the dribble.
Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Evans has got 7 points in the game.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Feeds it to Vucevic. It's stolen. Now Davis. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
And for Evans last season, his shooting was down, but he improved his rebounding and his assists. He's really working to develop his jump shot, and I know how much that would really enhance his game if he can get it to be more consistent.
Now here is Davis. Evans kicks to Davis. 5 on the clock. Cannot hit. And Orlando will come the other way. Harris outside. Payton drives in. The rebound by Holiday.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
Tyreke Evans is an athletic slashing guard. He's really gifted at getting to the rim. But I think his outside shot, the inconsistency of his outside shot has held him back a bit. Ironically, he's a pretty good free throw shooter, but still lacks that touch from mid-range on field goal attempts.
And Evans has worked diligently on his shooting. He had a bad habit of fading back on every jump shot early in his career, so he's tried to shoot with a more traditional motion.
Some changes for New Orleans. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Ashik. And it's Pondexter in for Eric Gordon. Orlando also making some changes. Channing Fries checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Evan Fournier comes in for Oladipo. And Luke Rittenauer subbed in for Payton. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. And Evans over his career has bounced around a little bit position-wise. He played point guard at Memphis and coming into the NBA and then some small forward. What do you think his best position is?
I think he's one of those guys that probably is a playmaking small forward or two guard. He's got ball handling skills that allow him to make plays. He can score. He's strong. His wingspan allows him to play bigger than he is, but I think he's a playmaking 2 or 3.
Tony Douglas is checked in for Tyreke Evans. The shot's good from Fournier. Here's Douglas. Kicks it to Pondexter. There's the pass to Holiday. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession.
Well, let's take a look at how Anthony Davis fared last season. First in blocks, 11th in rebounding, and he became a real offensive threat, one of the top 15 scorers in the game.
And you called attention, Steve, to him being the shot blocks leader in the NBA. I mean, without a doubt, his presence on the low block gave them a dimension that very few teams enjoy. Having a presence there that can throw shots out of there, that's big.
The shot's good from Douglas. The Magic trail by 4. Harris a screen on Holiday. Rittenauer kicks to Fry. He feeds it to Harris. The jump hook. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got his second bucket.
Assisted by Tobias Harris.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And here's Holiday. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Douglas for 3. Orlando grabs the miss. And going against New Orleans, their first game of the NBA's regular season.
This might not be a marquee matchup by NBA standards, but it holds, I think, a little bit of appeal. They split this season series a year ago.
For New Orleans, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Dishes to Holiday. In low to Davis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Even though they did split those 2 games, there wasn't a whole lot of drama to the series given the struggles, Clark, that each team went through.
Yeah, you know what? The networks were not clamoring to put these teams on the marquee. That's for sure. These games were being hidden, if you will.
This is his first free throw of the game.
quality free throw shooter a year ago, about 79%.
Orlando making some changes. Gordon comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And Maurice Harkless subbed in for Harris. Good on both.
This New Orleans team is now in their second season as the Pelicans. The name, which was subject to some critique early on, has actually turned out to be nice for the franchise with a new group of players, new ownership, and it fits nicely into creating a new identity.
Ridnour, that's good. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. When you talk about the Pelican mascot, Steve, wingspan, a term that definitely applies to this team and the young Anthony Davis.
Yeah, it's a great name. You know, Davis was last year's leading shot blocker to go with 20 points and 10 boards a game. I mean, this guy is a potential superstar and obviously the key for this club moving forward.
With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot blocking defenses from last season. Pelicans, number 1.
You know, Kevin, it's going to be really hard to duplicate the level of success they had in the block shots category last season. I know they'll give it their best effort, but it's hard to imagine that they could do much better than last season.
Now here is Holiday. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Three-pointer, Pondexter. The shot will not go. For Orlando, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Ridnour with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Ridnour dishes to Harkless. To the left wing. Ridnour against Holiday. Harkless the pass to Ridnour. 6 to shoot. From deep. No luck. Excellent D there from Holiday. The Pelicans trail. Here's Douglas. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Great job. Take it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
Pelicans shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
At the line for 2.
And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second.
I think they've got to be more disciplined here, Kevin. Already way too many fouls and too many free points for the opponent.
Here's Ridnour, and the shot is good. Ridnour's got 5.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Can't get it to go. The Magic have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Ridnour dishes to Fournier. The feed to Fry. Takes it from 10. The shot will not go.
He probably tried to do a little too much there. That was good defense.
Pondexter from outside. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Magic lead by 2. From New Orleans, back in a moment.
Tune in for a scary night of basketball. Halloween in the NBA. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers take on Pau Gasol and the Chicago Bulls. Be there.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think Coach has to be pleased with the effort, Steve.
Now here's Evans. So on the floor for Orlando. Ben Gordon out there with Payton. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then there's Gordon. And it's O'Quinn in at the 5 down low. Here's Evans. He dishes it to Pondexter. Shoots off the screen. And he gets it to go. Pondexter's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for New Orleans. Well, Orlando shooting 47%. Pretty solid. Payton kicks to Harkless. Payton outside. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Payton's got his first 2 points of the night. And here's Evans. 8 points for him.
Elfrid Payton out of the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, which normally is not a feeder school for the NBA. He didn't get the same level of exposure as some of his contemporaries got, but his size and athleticism at the point guard spot is really hard to ignore. He's one of the real sleepers in this year's draft, and as I like to say, it doesn't make any difference where you play. If you have game, it will travel.
So it's the Pelicans now. 4-point game. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Gordon kicks to Evans. A three. The shot, no good. So Orlando will take it the other way. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Tyreke Evans. Good season for him last year. He was around 14 points per game last year, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, I think, guys, when you look overall at his contribution.
Yeah, and he's always looking to raise his game, and that's what you see in his consistency. One of the important characteristics that he brings to the table.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
Vucevic checked in for Orlando. Tobias Harris comes in for Maurice Harkless. On defense, the Pelicans trailing by 4. Outside Gordon. They set the pick. He kicks it to Evans. And Gordon over to help. Evans passes to Ashik. Back to Evans. 6 to shoot. Gordon dishes to Babbitt. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Pondexter. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
The second person, first team.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Well, I like what he did at the line a season ago, shooting 81%.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Now here's Payton. Pass to Gordon. Back to Payton. Outside Gordon. Fires at the elbow. Misses off the right iron. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Evans with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Evans kicks to Babbitt. Outside Gordon. Evans passes to Pondexter. The 10-footer. Here's Ashik. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Orlando leading. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. The fader. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 6.
Yeah, he's almost putting on a little show out there with that fadeaway jumper.
Pelicans shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Evans against Payton. Evans dishes to Ashik. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. The Magic have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Payton against Evans. Payton left side. Here's Gordon with the 3. And the shot is good. Gordon's got the lead up to 4 now for the Magic. The Pelicans shooting around 43% from the floor in the second quarter. Gordon with it. It's taken away by Payton. To the middle. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And again, it's Orlando converting.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out is the only choice.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Well, just too many easy buckets, in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. This timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
Some changes for New Orleans. Davis comes in for Luke Kevin, and it's Drew Holiday in for Quincy Pondexter. And a switcher also for Orlando. Oladipo, he's checked in for Gordon. And so it's New Orleans with it. 6-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Gordon kicks to Evans. And he can't bank that one in. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
Now here is Harris. 4 on the clock. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Magic have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Well, you take a look back to last year, guys. This is a club that converted about 76% of its free throws.
And Orlando making a change here. Ridnour's checked in, and he makes both free throws.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
Pelicans trail by 8. Here's Holiday. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Davis. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing the Magic uniform right now.
Tony Douglas is checked in for New Orleans. And a switcher also for Orlando. Fry's checked in. Vucevic is screen on Holiday. Ridnour kicks to Harris. On its way from Oladipo for 2. Kept alive. Vucevic. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Vucevic has got 8.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Evans setting the pick for Holiday. Off the screen. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Now, slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
And Oladipo kicks to Harris. 6 to shoot. And Ushik sends it back. Wow! Pelicans trail by 8. Here's Evans. Rebound by the Magic. Oladipo's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. The dish to Ridnour. To the wing on the left. And it's Harris off the drive. The lead pushed to double digits. Harris has got 4 points this quarter.
Really did a nice job recognizing the mismatch that he had and immediately cashing in with that mid-range jumper.
Tobias Harris, a combo forward, originally drafted by the Bucks out of Tennessee. I love his game. He does a little bit of everything and does it all well. He can handle. He shoots it a bit from outside. Not sure what his best position is going forward, but he's a quality player.
Now, here's Ridnour. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Pass to Oladipo. Vucevic is screen on Douglas. Oladipo against Douglas. Oladipo, good. And the Magic lead by 12. 51 seconds left in the first half. New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Here's Evans. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. That's 10 points for Tyreke Evans.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Harris passes to Vucevic. And he uses the glass on the layup. Vucevic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Magic.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Now here's Evans. He's got 10. It's stolen by Oladipo. Passes to Ridnour. Rejected by Evans. And they'll keep possession. They retain possession. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
It'll count. And he trains the three, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
I think they're going to be able to see pretty clearly on the replay that the shot left his hands in time, guys. The evidence is right there.
Yeah, and this is a big call, guys. I mean, they're going to take a very close look at it, even if it seems clear-cut at first glance.
And the official call is in. It's ruled a basket. They're overturning the original call after looking at the replay.
And, Kevin, this is exactly why we have this rule. And I think they made a great decision putting the rule in. The main thing is you want to get it right. And they definitely got this one right looking at the replay.
And that concludes the first half. Magic out in front. They're up by 11. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Well, Evans has been great. He's got 13 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point lane.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. It's been one outstanding game from Tyreke Evans.
I like that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot-hungry, even the tough ones.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for New Orleans right now, Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. Salmon's out there with Holiday, and it's Evans in at the 3. Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Harris setting the pick for Oladipo. Harris dishes to O'Quinn. It's stolen by Davis, and now it's Davis running. He can go all the way.
Match is fouled. Elias Davis. That's his second personal foul.
He's made all 6 of his tries at the line so far.
Anthony Davis. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Davis. No good on the second free throw.
Nikola Vucevic, one of the best rebounders in the league at both ends of the floor, a rate that would put him top 10 over a full season.
Payton with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Vucevic, a key player for the Magic. He missed a number of games with a concussion midway through last season. And without him, they really struggled.
Yeah, it was a tough season for the team overall, but he's clearly making an impact for him because he gives you good effort at both ends, and he's more than capable as a scorer and rebounder.
Nikola Vucevic possessing prototype size for the center position. 7 foot tall, has about a 9.5 foot standing reach. Even without great leaping ability, he can play over the top of a lot of opponents.
Now here is Holiday. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's the screen. Wide open. Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Salmons. And you mentioned Vucevic, not a top athlete. The Magic working to develop his lateral quickness, Clark, and explosiveness.
Yeah, he still struggles to defend guys in the pick and roll situations, Kevin. He's not that fast of foot. That's where the Magic are trying to help him grow. But he's a double-double guy because of his rebounding ability, and he's got a nice touch for a big guy.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. The free throw drops for Vucevic.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic,
He's got 13 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
Now that's important. I mean, get to the foul line. Any team, when you can outscore your opponent from the foul line, it's critical, and he's trying to do his part right there.
Now here is Holiday. On the wing, Evans. Holiday against Payton, and Holiday kicks to Davis. Soft touch off the glass. Davis has got 9.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Holiday against Payton. Oh, Quinn can't hit. Pelicans trail by 8. Here's Evans. Great pass to set up the lay-in. 15 points in the game.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Another finish at the bottom of the division for the Pelicans last year, but they showed that they're working towards something, and I think they could be a playoff team in the coming years.
Luke Cabot, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Gordon comes in for John Salmons.
Well, let's take a look at where Orlando ended up, Kevin, rank-wise in the league last year. 12th in free throw percentage, 13th in opponent shooting percentage. And for team steals, a little bit to be desired there. Just made it to the top 20 in the league.
Now here's Vucevic. He's got 14. Payton kicks to Vucevic. Up and in from the low block. Vucevic has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, the Pelicans certainly have the pieces to get to the postseason, as you said. I mean, it's only a matter of time, I think, before they get it done and figured out so they can be a postseason team.
Payton against Holiday. In low to Davis. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And really for the Pelicans, Steve, it'll just be about being patient and not wanting to rush into the postseason. Let their team, grow naturally.
Yeah, I agree. And, it's been a while since New Orleans has played in the postseason. 2011 was their last appearance. But just trying for a quick run with high-priced free agents would not be in their best interest.
That free throw missing. And the Pelicans making a change here. Anderson's checked in. So we can't get either to fall. Pelicans trail by 8. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, guys, common wisdom among players is that it's better to be an unrestricted free agent than a restricted one. However, a recent study found that comparable players ended up making more money in restricted free agencies. Teams know they have to overpay to avoid a player's team matching that offer. Kevin?
Oh, some good examples from this offseason, Doris. Great job. Thanks.
Yeah, the contracts given to Chandler Parsons and Gordon Hayward come to mind. I mean, both were able to command max salary despite not yet being star caliber.
The Magic have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. And that one misses.
Been a solid outing for Harris. 10 points and a block. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
Well, it's a good example, Clark, of how you set the table for the rest of your teammates. He's really brought focus and energy to this game.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Davis is checked in. Then Gordon's checked in for Orlando. Now here is Holiday. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Hushik. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
Well, you have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Here's Payton. Back to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Vucevic. Anderson outside. The pass to Holiday. Kicks it to Davis. Teardrop shot. Can't hit.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket. Omer Asik is a great defensive presence, but his offensive game still a little raw. Has a way to go there. He's limited mostly to finishes right at the rim, and for his role, as limited as it is, I think he turns it over too much.
Now here's Anderson.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Orlando.
They've been the aggressors, and they've been tougher in the paint all game.
You know, they've also been very good from the free throw line. I mean, that's been a very important part of what they've done today.
Orlando making some changes. Channing Fries checked in for Vucevic. Gordon comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Harkless is subbed in for Harris. Payton against Holiday. From 11 feet away, it's rebounded by New Orleans. Ashik's got his 6th rebound on the night. And for Ashik, you know, talking about developing his touch in his hands, is that something, Steve, that big man can really develop at this point in their career?
Oh, sure, no problem. I mean, most of it is mental, Kevin. I think you improve naturally with all the practice that you take in terms of your shooting, your repetition, but a lot of it is mental, and if you can get past that mental block, yeah, sure, a big guy can become a much better foul shooter.
Now here's Harkless. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Really good job on the inside that time. I mean, he had to work for that rebound, and he got it done.
Gordon with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Holiday against Payton, and Holiday kicks to Davis. He feeds it to Ashik. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, the bottom third of the East usually gets pummeled by the West, and last year the Magic were definitely part of that group.
As you said, it's hard enough playing the West as a low-end East team, and the Magic felt that last year. 6 total wins for them against the West.
And guys, there was a clear case of the haves and have-nots last year in the East, and the Magic were part, unfortunately, of the have-nots.
And most of that is due to the fact that they're relatively young. They're trying to rebuild a team that can compete in the playoffs. So they're on that journey, and when you're talented but young, it takes a little while.
Now here's Harkless. Beyond the arc. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Deep 2 from Pondexter. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas. Pondexter's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. 1:58 left to play here in the 3rd. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Davis.
And Aaron Gordon out of Arizona, kind of a tweener between the 3 and the 4, 6'8", 220. Not much of a shooter, but a terrific athlete with a great motor. He has shown the potential to be a great defensive player.
He misses the free throw. And Gordon brings some versatility defensively and offensively. Nice Clark footwork inside and underrated ball handle.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of skills. I mean, he didn't shoot it that well either from the floor or the line, but you loved his motor, you loved his speed, and you saw glimpses of his ability to make plays off the dribble.
Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Omer Asha. Now here's Gordon. Dishes to Davis. Tipped away. And now Orlando on the break. Trips down the breakaway slam.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Yeah, absolutely. They made the steal pay dividends instantly in the open floor.
Here's Douglas. Eric Gordon on the wing. Again, the Pelicans score.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Now Ridnour. 5 points in the game. Out left to the wing. Shot off the screen. That one wide left.
Easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Gordon. It's blocked. There's 49 seconds left in the third. And there's the feed to Gordon. Out to the right wing. Douglas for three. And he gets it to go. Douglas has got the game tied up here for New Orleans.
They have finally fought all the way back to even the score. We're back to square one. Whole new ball game.
And with a comeback like that, they've definitely got the upper hand going forward.
Now here's Gordon. Three-pointer, Pondexter. No good. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Ridnour with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. And here is Ridnour. Here's the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. For Orlando, they have made 9 free throws in the game. 14 attempts. First free throw is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. And both free throws good for Fry. And here's Douglas. Here's Evans. And that misses. That would have put him up. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Magic lead by 2. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports.
Tune in for a scary night of basketball. Halloween in the NBA. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on Eric Bledsoe and the Phoenix Suns this Friday, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
I got my money, but I can't let go. I'm killing every second till it's
Orlando leading. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. The backcourt is Oladipo and Fournier. Kyle and Quinn out there with Gordon. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. Now here's Oladipo. Puts up a 3. Davis with the block. And now Davis pushing it up. No one back to stop him. He dishes it to Evans. Back to Davis. Four on the clock. Kicks it out to Evans to take the lead. Another shot. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Wow, this is impressive. They have officially hauled themselves all the way back into a game that appeared to have gotten away from them.
I didn't think they could pull it off, quite honestly, but here we are. Tie game, fourth quarter, and now you've got to love their chances.
Drew Holiday is checked in for Tony Douglas. Orlando also making some changes. Harris comes in for Gordon, and it's Payton in for Evan Fournier. Well, it wasn't like Anthony Davis had a bad rookie season. He was injured for a bit and slowed down his development, certainly. But Steve, last year he showed just why he was taken first overall.
Oh, man, he was a dominant force. He quickly developed into what he looked like back in college when he was just a force at both ends of the floor. There's no telling how good Davis can be. I think within 2 or 3 years, he's going to be an MVP candidate.
Here's Harris. After Tyreek Evans has scored, pulls it from the elbow. Harris misses.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And Holiday kicks to Pondexter. Pass to Davis. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
Here's Harris, and the rejection by Evans. Here's Pondexter.
With a young athletic team, talented and getting to the rim, it made sense for the Pelicans to play more up-tempo. 2 seasons ago, they played the slowest pace in the league, but last year they made a real effort to speed things up.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Guys, they've done a nice job of drawing countless fouls in this game, and as a result, they've gotten a ton of points at the line.
The other thing that jumps out to me is just the big number of assists they've had. The offensive efficiency has been a major factor.
Omer Ashe, he's checked in for New Orleans. The Magic trail by 5. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. To end the run, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And with the Pelicans, part of picking up the pace, also creating some turnovers, Clark. Back in the 2012-13 season, this team was dead last in steals.
And that was one of the areas, Kevin, where they really made some improvement as a team. A very good turnover differential, which is always nice to see. They took care of the ball offensively and really tried to pressure and create turnovers defensively.
Payton gets the bucket.
Well, you talk about clutch plays, defensively and offensively. We saw both right there.
Well, neither team can afford mistakes. You have to manage the clock and play smart here in the waning moments.
Now here is Holiday. He kicks it to Evans. Three-pointer. And the Pelicans miss again.
Well, eventually he'll start knocking those down again. He did make 2 in the first half.
There's the dish to Vucevic. Will not go. This is off the front iron. New Orleans in the lead. Here's Babbitt. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
Without question, Tyreek Evans displaying his skills today.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. The Magic, Steve, a team that 6 years ago was playing in the NBA Finals, but a full-on rebuild is taking place in Orlando.
Yeah, the departure of Dwight Howard kind of set that process in motion, and now trying to build with young talent, being very patient, and, they've put some good pieces in place. They've got to continue their strong work, though.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Gordon's checked in, and now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Well, over that break, I listened in on what head coach for the Magic was getting across in the huddle. With his team struggling from three-point territory, he told them to start looking for more high-quality shots inside the paint. We're forcing too many threes, he said. Stop with the bombs and work it inside.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
And, when you think about the Orlando Magic building patiently through the draft, kind of the Oklahoma City model, and the front office of the Magic run by people who worked in OKC and the Spurs organization before that. So they're not trying to take any shortcuts. They want to build this team right.
Here's Payton following the score by New Orleans. Oladipo for 3. Ashe comes up with the rebound. Pelicans leading by 5. There's a screen, and it's Gordon penetrating. It's rebounded by Payton. Payton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
For the Magic, initially people thought they really got the short end of the stick in the Dwight Howard trade, but in hindsight, they did quite well. They've acquired some nice young pieces, some draft picks, and I think looking forward, the Magic are actually in a pretty good position.
Victor Oladipo, the 2nd overall pick in last year's draft out of Indiana, viewed as a can't-miss prospect for his combination of athleticism and work ethic. and defensive potential, and you caught a lot of his games in college, and now you see what he's doing as a pro.
Well, you know, he was also favored to win Rookie of the Year, and really like everything about Oladipo, Kevin. I mean, his attitude, his work ethic, his skill level. There was some question as to whether or not he was big enough to be a two-guard, and he's shown that he's actually fairly comfortable running the point, and his skill level is pretty good. We talked about him maybe being favored to win Rookie of the Year. That honor actually went to Michael Carter-Williams, NCW. But nonetheless, Oladipo had a strong first year.
It's deflected. Outside Gordon. Davis with a screen on Vucevic. Outside Holiday. Pass to Evans. Feeds to Gordon. New Orleans moving it around. 5 on the clock. And again, New Orleans has no luck. The Magic trail by 3. Harris outside. Here's Gordon. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Well, that's the best possible play there. I mean, that was an easy 2, so instead foul him, make him shoot free throws.
That's right. A smart, strong foul there. No and ones and no dunks.
That free throw good from Eric Gordon. And Gordon drops them both.
Take a look at what Eric Gordon's been doing. He's got 8 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Well, he's been playing a very energetic brand of defense, Clark. You got to love it.
They set the pick. Evans kicks to Gordon. Davis inside, working on O'Quinn. Shot clock at 5, and Davis can't get it to go. The Magic trail by 5. Vucevic a screen on Holiday. Payton kicks to Vucevic. A wide open look here for Oladipo, and it's off from 3-point range. Evans with it. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
At the line for your Pelicans, Tyreek.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're losing by 8. 1:58 left to play here in the 4th. .58 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Oladipo. Pass to Vucevic. Poked away. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. Harris passes to Payton. 6 to shoot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. And both free throws good for Payton.
Those free throws edge them a little closer. A couple of stops on defense, and they might not be down for long.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 6. 1:39 left to play here in the 4th. Outside Holiday. Outside Gordon. And there's the pass to Davis. With the fadeaway. can't get it to go. And Orlando the other way now.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Vucevic dishes to Payton. Tries again. That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from O'Quinn.
And at this stage of the game, that offensive rebound and putback is enormous. I mean, that feels like a 4-point swing.
Evans outside. On the wing, Davis. Right side, Davis. Shot from free throw range. That's good on the chip shot. And the Pelicans lead by 6.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
43 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Oladipo has it in the corner. No good.
Now, he's their top rebounder. He's doing an excellent job on the glass today.
Well, I tell you what, I love the effort he's shown on the boards today, Steve. It's been fantastic.
Gordon's checked in for Tobias Harris.
At the line for your Pelicans.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
At the line for 2.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. We've got 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Kicks to Gordon. The 3. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Penalty situation. At the line for your Pelicans. Tyreke Evans. 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. So he comes up empty at the line. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Payton with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. The shot's good from O'Quinn. That one just took the air right out of the crowd.
Yeah, he simply said, sit down and keep quiet with that.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing coming out of these fans now. Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management is crucial.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Just now in the second.
At the line for 2.
And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're losing by 4. There's 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. There's 14 seconds left in the game. Oladipo for 3. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
That is not an easy shot right there. He had to get it off over a taller defender.
A little bit of a rainbow 3, but like you said, it had to be with the size mismatch.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. This will tie it. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a double. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
And now down to Doris Burke, who is courtside, standing by with our Jordan player of the game. Doris?
Tyreke, what was the focus on strategy for this team coming into tonight's game?
Playing hard, we had a meeting today as a team, and we were just going to come in here and play hard with energy. That's where it starts from, and he did a good job of it.
Tyreke, thank you. Kevin, amazing what can happen when you play hard.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Tyreke Evans.